What's up, everybody? V here. Alright, so today I want to talk to you guys about keto, the keto diet. So the keto diet is supposed to be this diet that was developed by doctors and scientists to help out kids with seizures. And the way it works is you want to consume high amount of fats, medium amount of protein, and little to no carbs. But we're gonna get into that. All right, so there's a million and one varieties of how people approach different diets, right? And the keto diet is not exempt from this. People approach it in different ways. I'm gonna tell you guys how I would approach it depending on your body type, depending on what you're looking for, and depending on, the end result of this diet plan that you guys want to undertake. So the keto diet, you want to, all right, so for example, let's start with this. If you're a person who's never worked out, right? You've never worked out, you're a little bit overweight, and you want to lose fat quick, you want to approach the keto diet with the concept of little to no carbs, okay? So you're going to have your fats, proteins, and almost no carbs. You guys, if you fall under that group of people who you've never worked out, you have kind of a slow metabolism, and you're a little bit overweight, you want to stick with the maximum of 20 grams of carbs. Now, 20 grams of carbs is nothing. I'm talking about you breathe and that's 20 fucking grams of carbs. So you gotta watch out. You guys gotta be careful. So that's group A. Group A is the people who are a little bit overweight and you've never worked out and you have a little bit of a slow metabolism, so you need the extra help. So you want to have little to no carbs, medium amount of protein, and a good amount of fats. Don't go crazy with it, but just make sure you have, you're eating your bacon, your sausage, whatever you want that contains fat you can eat, and that's fine, but you want to have little to no carbs. The reason that the keto diet is developed like this is because the body uses carbs as the main source of energy. Now, when you replace carbs as your main source of energy and you put fat as your main source of energy, the body transitions to target fat and absorb fat more often. So what's happening here, guys, is you're teaching your body to focus on eating away at the fat, okay? And that's gonna get rid of that stubborn fat around the body, and it works really good. Now, that's an explanation for group A. Group B, you're a person who you've worked out, you have some sort of fitness experience, but you either bulked or you did something that caused you to gain a little bit of more fat. Now what's going to happen with group B is you're going to take a little bit more carbs, and the reason I say this is because you want to preserve the muscle. Alright, so an example for group B will be you wake up in the morning, you eat your normal breakfast, some eggs with bacon or sausage or whatever, a glass of milk, right? You eat whatever. You go to the gym. After your workout is when you consume your carbs. And group B, you want to stick with, depending on your body weight, but generally you want to stick from 30 to 50 grams of carbs, 50 being the maximum, and 50 being if you're a bigger person with more muscle. Okay, so if you're a bigger person with more muscle, you would consume a little bit more carbs because you want to preserve more muscle. Your body probably burns a little bit more. And it also depends on your metabolism. I want you guys to understand that take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt, because everyone has a different body, metabolism, muscle mass, everything. All these things play a role. And if I could do it, I could sit down with each individual person and make a diet plan for each individual person, and I would tell you how many grams you would have to consume, when you would have to do it. But I'm not able to do that really on YouTube. I'm making this like a general educational video about the overall concept of the keto diet, you know. So remember guys, if you're a bigger guy or girl and you have more muscle, let's say you weigh 200 pounds and mainly you mainly have muscle, you want to consume within the higher grams of carbs. You want to maybe go all the way to 50 grams, and that would be after your workout. The reason is because if you take away your carbs, you're gonna start losing muscle. You're gonna start losing muscle because the keto diet will destroy muscle. It'll burn through your muscle if you guys are consuming too little carbs, because the muscle depends on the carbs. And now I know some people that know about the keto diet are gonna argue and say, oh, but the body starts turning the fat into, you know, into a form of carb, and then the muscle can use the fat and replace the carb with the fat. Now, yes, that is true, but it's not the same, guys. Remember, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same filling of nutrients that the muscle needs. So remember, don't deprive the body of the essential nutrients it needs. The keto diet is a diet that manipulates how the body approaches its energy sources. But, you know, be careful with that, guys. You don't want to go overboard and you start losing muscle. Yeah, you're going to lose fat, but you're going to lose a ton of muscle, and that's counterproductive. So what you want to do, group B, is consume an adequate amount of carbs after your workout. That is very key. Not before, after your workout, because what's going to happen is the muscles are going to need to replenish from all the loss of glycogen and everything, so they're gonna suck in all those carbs super quick. You're gonna feel full, you're gonna feel that good pump, you're gonna be like, damn, okay, I feel good. And you're not gonna have that excessive fat or anything. So group B, it's gonna be a little bit harder for you because you have to remember that you have to consume the right amount. Group A, just cut out as much carbs as possible. You know, you can go all the way down to 0 some days if you want, because your group A is just trying to burn off the fat. Group B has already been working out and you have some muscle, but you just want to, you know, cut down on the fat, get a little bit more ripped. So to do that, group B needs to consume the right amount of carbs. And remember, high fats, it's a pretty awesome diet if you think about it, because now you could eat bacon, you could eat whatever the fuck you want to eat. But you guys got to keep that in mind, okay? Keep in mind that you want to consume the right amount of carbs at the right time, and you're gonna start burning fat. You know, I've already been doing the keto diet for a little bit. I don't feel tired or anything, but that's because I'm consuming the right amount of carbs. I'm not as big as somebody who's like 200 pounds. Right now, I'm at 160 or so pounds, because I was at 170 and I lost. I'm trying to slim down to try to get more cut. But I'm also trying to preserve my muscle, because I am not trying to, look, let me just put this out there. So a lot of people have this concept of, oh man, you know, I want to be ripped like the guy that looks like a little crackhead. You know, no offense to the people who want to be like really skinny, but what I'm going for, and what some of my friends or my viewers or some of the people who, what they're going for is they're trying to build muscle and lose fat to look ripped but with muscle. So if you're trying to do that, yeah, don't burn through your muscle, because if not, you're gonna get skinny. I have a fast metabolism, so I have to be cognizant of that, and I have to eat, you know, appropriate to my body. And you guys need to start paying attention to your body. Like, you need to, you know, you can watch this video, you can watch other videos, you can read up online, you can do all the research you want to do, but there is nothing, there's no one, there's no nutritionist, there's no one out there who's going to educate you more about your body than your own body, okay? Your body's going to tell you, like, how it, like, pay attention to your body. If you're depriving yourself of the adequate amount of carbs and you feel like shit all the time and you're performing like shit and everything, guess what? That's counterproductive. If you feel too tired to go to the gym and hit it really hard, think about it. Do you think it's worth cutting out your carbs to say, hey, I'm gonna get a little bit thinner, but I go and I perform like shit? That's super counterproductive. You know, maybe consume a little bit more carbs and then you can really hit it hard at the gym and you're gonna build more muscle and it's gonna be better in the long run. So pay attention to your body, guys. Don't listen to what people say 100%. Like, yeah, you know, hear me out, hear other people out, do your research, but I would advise you to take what I'm telling you and experiment a little bit. You know, take a whole week and say, I'm gonna consume 20 grams of carbs. And then you're gonna say, okay, this shit's not working for me because 20 grams of carbs makes me feel like shit. If it makes you feel like shit, step it up a little bit. Maybe move up to 25 to 30 grams. Play around with the numbers a little bit, guys. Pay attention to your body. There's no one out there, I don't care who it is, who's gonna tell you, you know, hey, this is the best thing for you. And you know, and it's good to listen to people, because I listen to my doctor, I listen to other people, I listen to advice. But when I do, I take it in, you know, I do a little bit more research, and then I start practicing it myself. And sometimes I'm like, you know what, it makes no sense, I'm gonna continue doing this other thing, it makes me feel better. And I think I feel good about that. I think it works. I think it works better than anything is to pay attention to your body. I pay attention to my body and I try my best to understand what's going on when I'm eating certain things and when I'm not eating certain things. You know, and I've done different things, guys. I've done the dirty bulking, I've done everything. The dirty bulking really worked for me really well for a little while, but then it was not so good because then I retained a lot of fat and so many things that come into this. But I paid attention. You know, now I know if I ever want to bulk again, I will not do a dirty bulk. Okay, when I was doing the dirty bulk, I was working out, I was coming back home, eating brownies and ice cream, and that shit was fun as fuck. But then I got big. I was getting really big, but after a while, I was not getting really any bigger, and I was just retaining more fat. And I realized, and I'm usually really cut and really, you know, lean, and it helped me out though. But I would not approach that again like that. You know, I would do a more clean bulk, which I had an episode talking about dirty and clean bulk. So that's just, you know, some advice there. I paid attention, right? I practiced it, I tried it, I paid attention. It didn't work as I thought it would, so I just got to switch a couple things whenever I want to bulk again. But for you guys trying to do the keto diet, group A, minimize the carbs. Group B, pay attention to your body and how much carbs you need. Take your carbs after your workout. Both groups high in fat, okay guys? Just normal, eat normal. You could eat bacon, you could eat your eggs with some yolk. You don't have to cut out all the yolk. Remember, don't eat, you know, yolk every single day, because then your cholesterol is going to go through the roof. But you know, you guys can eat normal foods that you otherwise would avoid because you kind of want to avoid fats. I would still say avoid fast food, okay? I don't care what fucking diet you're on. Don't eat fast food. Don't eat fast food. There's just no room for fast food ever, because it's fucking terrible for you. And if you guys are gonna eat out, just, you know, make sure you're eating at least at a place where it's good, you know. Other than that, guys, if you guys have any questions, if there's anything you want to know, if you want to know more about the keto diet in terms of in detail, I could make a video about, you know, different, you know, I could go through the more common body weight for men, and then the more common body weight for women, and I can talk about how each body weight would approach the diet. But I don't really think I would need to make that video. If you guys really need something like that, I can probably try to put something together for you guys. But, you know, with what I've told you here, you guys can definitely, you know, get your things together, eat healthy, eat good, and make sure you're just consuming your carbs after your workout. Don't consume carbs at any other time, you know. And at the nighttime, make sure you guys are not eating a bunch of trash or anything, which I'm not, I've broken my diet a couple times, and that's fine. Don't kill yourself, guys. Before I let you guys go on this video, I'll just say one last thing. Do not torture yourself. Please don't torture yourself. I know a lot of people who torture themselves to the point where they will not enjoy anything. That's fucking terrible. Unless you're going for competition, unless you are some sort of professional athlete, model, whatever the fuck, unless you're doing something like that where it's a requirement for you to really torture yourself like that, don't torture yourself, because you're just not going to enjoy the routine, you're not going to enjoy the diet, you're not going to enjoy working out, and you're going to eventually stop. You get me? That's how people stop doing things, because they don't enjoy what they're doing. So try to enjoy it a little bit, once out of the week. Break your diet a little bit. Don't go crazy, guys. Keep some self-control. Have some self-control. But, if you're like, hey, fuck it, let me go have a burger or pizza or whatever, that's fine. Just don't make bad habits and self-control and all that. But yeah, so that's it, guys. I just wanted to really put this out because I've been looking into this diet for quite some time. I've had friends who have told me about it. I've also seen other professional bodybuilders talk about it. One that a lot of people might know of is, I've mentioned him before in one of my videos, I think, is Rich Piana. And he's a very knowledgeable guy. You guys should definitely check out his channel. It's a good channel. There's a lot to learn. So, check out what he talks about. He actually has his own version of approaching the keto diet, which is, honestly, the guy just uses common sense, okay? Because it's kind of like the same idea of how I approach things. It's just common sense, guys. Everyone has the different body. I've seen, so many people talk about so many different things, but nobody ever wants to talk about how we all have different bodies that require different things. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. If you want to see anything, if you agree or disagree with me, leave a comment down below. And if you really like the channel, subscribe. I will be putting out a ton of content. I'm going to be putting up some gameplay videos because I'm going to start doing recordings for video games. I will be doing my fitness channel all the time. That's my primary thing. The nutrition, I'm still going to be doing food challenges. So there's a lot of things going on in the channel. I'm enjoying this, and I'm enjoying actually helping people out. I feel really good about what I'm doing. I feel really good, actually giving you guys advice, helping people out. I've been doing this since I was in high school. Since I was 15 years old, I've been into fitness, and I've helped people since I was young. You get me? So I've been doing this for a very long time, and now is when I finally said I'm gonna do this in a mass scale. I've always, wherever I've worked, I've helped people with nutrition or fitness everywhere, including in the military. I have had friends who have always asked me, hey, how do you get fit like this? How do you do that? And I've always been more than happy to help people. And I've had friends who are some big motherfuckers in the military, and I've given them routines and they've gotten even bigger. So I know a lot of the things that I know and I've learned over the years actually works, and I'm really happy to actually make videos for you guys now and for everybody. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. Alright, see ya.